Call this meeting to order and ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Daney? Gandsey? Here. Gunstein? Here. Hopkins? Here. Ranky?
Present.
Swansky? Here. President Wells?
Here. We've requested Father Kurt, St. Peter Damian Catholic Church to our invocation this evening. Father?
Good evening, everyone. Yesterday being Memorial Day, I thought it would be appropriate to include our faithful dead, our veterans who died in wars, defending our country and ensuring the peace that we all abide with and enjoy. So this is a short reading from the Book of Wisdom. The souls of the just are in the hand of God, and no torment shall touch them now. They seemed in the view of the foolish to be dead, and their passing away thought in affliction. They're going forth from us, utter destruction, but they are at peace. For if before others indeed they be punished, yet their hope is full of immortality. Chastised a little, they shall be greatly blessed. God tried them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace he proved them, as sacrificial offerings he took them to himself. Those who trust in him shall understand truth, and the faithful shall abide with him in love. I love the expression there, sacrificial offerings. It was something I've never really considered, but all our men and women who have given their lives for our country are a sacrifice, A sacrifice that keeps us going, that keeps our country strong. And to remember them, we do so by how we treat one another, how we work for peace in meetings like this, how we try to look out for the betterment of all of our citizens of our country. So, dear God, bless us as we remember our faithful dead, all of those who have gone before us, remember their families and all those who paid the price. Remember them. And may we pay the price too in how we help one another, how we treat one another, how we work together to try to ensure peace exists in our country, whether at the village level or the state level or our national government. Whatever level it is, may we be a people that look for that and honor those who have gone before us, making the sacrifice for our behalf. And we call your blessing on us tonight through Christ our Lord. Amen. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brings us to our consent agenda this evening. All items listed with an asterisk will be enacted in one motion. There'll be no separate discussion on items on the consent agenda. That being said, is there anything anyone would like to add or remove from the consent agenda this evening? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent. Moved by Trustee Daney, seconded by Trustee Hopkins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Hopkins? Yes. Ranky?
Yes.
Swansky? Yes. Daney?
Yes.
Gandsey? Yes. Gunstein?
Yes.
The motion carries. No treasurer's report. The President's report is one important item for a very important person, Mr. Bosh. I will read from the podium so I can harass him. My children all went through Bartlett High School, and they were all privy to see Officer Bosh in action firsthand, and they all had a fantastic relationship with him, and whatever we can try to say about him, they could probably tell you a lot more things that were fantastic about Bosh's service over there. So I might not even be able to read this without the glasses. A proclamation recognizing police officer Rich Bosh upon his retirement from the village of Bartlett. Whereas Officer Rich Bosh was sworn in as a Bartlett police officer on December 5th, 1994, and whereas for over 26 years of dedicated service, Rich served in many capacities for the police department, including patrol officer, Directed Patrol Team Officer, DuPage County Metropolitan Enforcement Group Officer, Detective, Honor Guard member, and Crisis Intervention Team member. And whereas for the past 15 years, Rich dedicated his career to serve in a critical leadership role as Bartlett High School's resource officer, where he acted as mentor and role model for students, developed and nurtured critical relationships between staff and school district officials, and provided a safe and secure campus on a daily basis. Whereas Rich helped establish the high school Team Citizen Police Academy and a student safety task force, allowing students to participate in law enforcement education opportunities. And whereas the village is forever proud of Rich's many accolades and awards during his career, which included the following: 2015 Police Officer of the Year, Cook County Sheriff's Merit Award, Meritorious Service Award, the Illinois MEG Directors Award, several life-saving awards, shift citations, certificates of commendation, and Employee of the Month awards, and graduating from the Delinquency Control Institute at the University of Southern California. Now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, offer our sincere gratitude to Officer Rich Bosh for his 26 years of service to the Bartlett community, his extraordinary service and dedication to the police department, Bartlett High School, and the Village of Bartlett has positively impacted many lives throughout his career, and we wish you a retirement filled with good health and much happiness. Thank you, Rich. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to an invite to the party, Rich. And my kids are old enough now, so they'll probably come too. All right. Any questions for staff that anyone might have?
Mr. Mayor, I have some anniversaries. I'd like to recognize some people today, and birthdays. June anniversaries. And I know Paula, our village administrator, you have 28 years, and we'll not embarrass you this year by singing happy birthday. We'll wait till afterwards, okay? No, that's a birthday, not an anniversary. 28 years. Tyler Reese, who works for Public Works, and he recently married my granddaughter. He has 5 years of service with the village. Scott Strickey, he has 20 years assistant village administrator. Scott, what was your first job in the village?
Dishwasher. I went in for Friday at 3 o'clock, and then if I could work at 4. Sure.
Well, they still could use a dishwasher.
I have that job. Yeah.
Jim Durbin, he has 23 years. He's our deputy chief. Tyler Isham, he's our assistant public works director. He has 6 years. Dan Dingens, our public works director, has 7 years. Christy Stone, our village planner, has 19 years. Patrick Ulrich, our chief of police, has 23 years. It's amazing. Brian Goralski, 34 years, our building director. Sam Hughes, our senior management analyst, is 4 years. And Evan Blum over at Bartlett Hills, our event director, has 21 years. So congratulations to all of you. Now we have a couple of birthdays I'd like to talk about. Rich Bosh, his birthday was our police officer that we honored this evening. His birthday was June 4. Roberta Grill, our planning and development service director, her birthday's on the 18th, right? And again, Patrick Ulrich, our chief of police, his birthday's on the 19th. By the way, Roberta was hired out of high school, so. And then we have one other I'd like to mention. This gentleman was appointed to the ZBA in 1979, and he has also he was 19 years old at the time, and he's also served as chairman of the ZBA since 2002. Mike Worden's birthday is today. Mike, congratulations, buddy. Thank you. Mr. President, that's all I have.
Thank you, Ray. Anyone else have any questions?
I would just like to...
Mr. President. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was cutting down brush this weekend and realized that I didn't even know when my brush pickup was, so I had to go look at on the map online. I guess, what other promos are we doing this week or promotions to make sure that that message is really out there for residents?
The notice in water bills. We've been doing public, flyers on the front door. We have all the social media announcements. What else we got? I can't hear you. Yeah, we did a couple ads in the Examiner. And Bartlett should hit soon, so it should be front page.
What's the street splits again?
Bartlett.
It's the regular.
So the easiest way to explain it is section 1 is if you're living west of South Bartlett and south of the Metro tracks, so anything that goes that way, that would be the first week, so June 7th through the 11th. And the following week is anything that's north of those tracks or east of South Bartlett.
Okay.
So we don't know what specific days then, right? So really the messaging, like for this week, to those people is like this weekend,
Right.
Get it out, right?
Yeah, because they don't know how much is going to be out there. We don't know yet.
Right.
But they'll be letting us know how far they are each day. And
So could we do some more social media, like posts this week, like just a couple times, so people hopefully share that so they're prepared? Because I know, like, if my neighbors are, because I had a whole pile and they were asking, like, what's that for? So, and they just didn't realize. So I think it's not as widespread as we'd like to think it is right now.
Is it too late to run like a Facebook ad? Get the message out there, not just let people share it, but actually
Bump it.
promote it?
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. It's even thinking almost make an event post where so people accept it and then it goes to their social calendar.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I've got one more thing. I forgot something. I see Paul Peterson, food beverage manager of Bartlett Hills, is joining us this evening. I want to thank you for the lovely breakfast that you put together for my bride and I. It turned out to be a wonderful day.
It was our pleasure.
Okay. Thank you.
I just wanted to add to this that me and Trustee Hopkins visited McKesson today, and it was very impressive. I would suggest that anybody that has the opportunity go visit it. The technology and the thought that they put into that place is unbelievable. And the fact that they're going to be hiring 300 or bringing in 300 employees from Wisconsin, Elgin, and Glendale Heights is pretty impressive. On top of that, they're good paying jobs with benefits.
Good. Fantastic.
I had something. Back to our brush collection, we talked a month or so ago about finding ways to track that, and we weren't really clear on that. I know we had some ideas.
we're going to work with the contractor. We're going to have our people out along with their drivers trying to monitor and get a feel for how much on average is a block, how much brush is out there, what size piles are out there. So we'll have a pretty good idea during week 1, and then we'll do the same thing for week 2 just to get an idea. And then in the fall, we'll do the same thing because, you know, spring I would expect probably be the heaviest, and we'll see what the fall brings. But we'll be out and looking at those areas just to see how much is out there. They'll have a quantity, but the goal here is more of what does a typical block look like, how many piles are out, how big are those piles. So that's what we're trying to get from that.
Great, thank you. And one more thing, thank you to everyone for a wonderful Memorial Day ceremony yesterday.
It was well put together. Thank you for the police department and everybody else that was involved in that. It's always really a class act, so. Anyone else? Brings us to Town Hall. If anyone would like to address the board, please step up to the podium and state your name and address for the record. Try to keep your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone in this room that would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none. Chris, is there anyone online that would like to speak?
No, sir.
All right. Moving on to standing committee reports. First standing committee report is Building and Zoning, Chairman Hopkins.
Thank you, President Wallace. There is nothing on our agenda tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Hopkins. Community Economic Development, Chairman GANDSEY.
Thank you, President. There is nothing on the agenda tonight.
Thank you, President GANDSEY. Finance and Golf Committee, Chairman Daney.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have one item, well, we have 2 items actually on the agenda. The only one that's not a consent is a resolution approving amendment to the fiscal year 2021-2022 budget. And with that, I move to approve resolution 2021-54, resolution approving an amendment to the fiscal year 2021-2022 budget.
Second. Moved by Trustee Daney, seconded by Trustee Ranke. Is there any discussion?
I think we had some questions on whether the committee was requesting an additional $25,000. We've already allotted them 12, is that correct? So they're asking for another 25 to bringing it to 37?
That's correct.
So do we have any, we all want this to happen, right? I mean, there's not any question about that, but are we, is there an issue of where where the funds are coming from?
Yep. When we passed our agenda, this will be coming out of the general fund. Our community relations budget comes out of the general fund. When we passed our budget in April, we had a shortfall of about $1 million. That's similar as the prior year. We do have a fund balance of unrestricted fund balance of just over $10 million. And so we will be designating fund balance money for this extra $25,000. Normally we are under budget. This time of the year, 1 month into the budget, though, we just not sure where that's going to come, but we do expect to have the funds available during the year to cover this $25,000.
Yeah. Anything else?
So I think it's amazing that we get to have the festival this year. Is there anything else that we can do to continue help promoting Bartlett? So if we're having people from outside come in?
For the festival you're talking?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's...
I think they're going to be overwhelmed with people. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You aren't even going to have to put up a flag.
Because other...
Yeah, we try to keep as far away from that committee as we can because it's totally separate and it always has been. This is just a one-time, one-off, trying to get things back to normal type of an event.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's, it'd be a good idea. Most years they'd welcome any type of additional advertisement, but I think it's going to be pretty over the top.
Some of the surrounding villages and towns have already canceled theirs, right?
A lot of them.
Will be people will be wanting to come to something, so.
Yeah.
Because all the businesses here know in case they wanted to sponsor or advertise something, right? They know it's happening.
Yep.
And we're all invited to work the beer tent after the parade.
Yes, after the parade, we are. Anything else? Any other comments? The clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ranke?
Yes.
Swansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gandsey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
Hopkins?
That motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. President. That's all we have on the agenda. The other item was covered on the consent.
Thank you, Chairman Daney. Next item on our agenda this evening is under License and Ordinance, Chairman Gunstein.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have nothing to report tonight.
Thank you, Chairman Gunstein. Next item is Police and Health Committee, Chairman Swansky.
Thank you, Mr. President. Police and Health has nothing to report this evening.
Thank you, Chairman Swansky. Public Works Committee, Chairman Ranky.
Thank you, Mr. President. All items under Public Works were on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Chairman Ranky. Next item is new business. Does anybody have any new business they would like to discuss?
When is, this isn't exactly new business, when is More Brewing going to break ground?
I think it should be, it's kind of new business.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's new business, but not for the board, but I mean, when are they gonna start?
We speak to them on a weekly basis for the last 2 years. Getting a little tiresome, but they did come in with their new architect and met with us and showed us some preliminary plans. So, they keep moving forward.
How long ago was that, Scott?
That was about 2 or 3 weeks ago they came in.
Okay.
Met with Paula, Roberta, and myself, and we saw, not by no means final plans, but they've been doing some work and they keep spending money. So they are telling their customers that they'll be open spring of next year, but obviously they have some work to do on our end to meet that.
Okay.
And new architects, we talked to their engineers, so that's always a good sign.
Yeah, and new GC, so, yeah.
Oh, let them know that we're eager to see them get started.
Well, I think they know.
Okay.
But we will certainly.
Really eager, yeah.
Are we gonna have to, I know we extended their contract, are we gonna have to extend that again?
Closed with them. They bought the property. So they're the owners of that property. We did have a covenant that we recorded that if they didn't do something by a certain date, we could buy it back for the same price. Not that we want to, but.
Are we approaching that date?
Really back up. If you don't remember that date.
Can we look that up?
We should look that up. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would ask for an extension.
I mean, to me, the reason why we sold this property, and I mean, to me, it needed to happen. It was a good deal. We wanted to get development going. Well, right now, properties are going up. So if they don't want to build, I'm sure we will find someone else that will. And I think that point needs to be made to them. Because taxpayers, expect this property to be developed. So that's just my point of view.
I agree. And I'm getting tired of answering questions. As we all are. Oh, yes, it will be. It will be. It'll be coming. It'll be coming. It'll be coming. All right, anything else? New business or questions? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Daney, seconded by Trustee Swansky. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Swansky?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gandsey?
Yes.
Gunstein?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
Ranky?
Yes.
We are adjourned.